Welcome to pilot season. I'm your host and showrunner, Ryan Burkett. Pilot season airs monthly on the Trident Network. Trident is a three-pronged entertainment company featuring live streaming shows just like this, web series and videos you can watch places like YouTube, and podcasts of every single genre. Every episode of pilot season, we combine a team of writers and a team of actors to collaborate and create a live sitcom pilot for the first time. The way I think it should be done, honestly. I think if Big Hollywood wants to prove themselves, hop on Twitch with us and see if you can do one live. Why can't you? Why can't you? Here's how we couldn't do it without our friend, our stage manager, our tech support, our eye in the sky, M. Smith. M, how are you tonight?
Hey, Ryan. I am doing pretty good.
M, you also have some productions on Trident Network. What's coming up for you?
I do. I do the Witching Hour with my friend Kayla. It's the third Monday of every month. It started as a way for us to talk about astrology without taking ourselves too seriously. Now we do that, and we also it's just a way for Kayla and I to catch up because she's in LA now. So tune in. We smoke weed, and so can you. That's my pitch.
It's a great show. It's a great show to find out what's poison in the forest.
Yes, we do have a segment. It's called Can I Smoke This or Will It Kill Me? And what's it about? You got to tune in to find out.
That's a question we should all ask ourselves. Smoke this or will it kill me? And we're getting ready to meet our teams, but before we do that, we need to get a suggestion from our Twitch chat tonight. All of our shows begin with a suggestion from them. We've gone through several genres. We're wrapping up another arc of the genre This Meets That. It's like that old Hollywood pitch. It's this show meets that show. So we're going to need our audience to contribute either 2 shows, or you can use your discretion and pick 2 shows from the mix. Past examples we had The Golden Girls meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a show called Long in the Tooth. We had Seinfeld meets MASH, which was a show called Petty Officers. And I can't wait to see what we come up with tonight. Let's meet our guests for tonight while you're doing that. Everybody,
hello.
I have gone on record as saying how much I love writers. I hope to be one professionally before I'm dead. I respect writers, I love them, but at pilot season, we meet the actors first. Joining us tonight for the first time ever, one of my favorite performers is Lauren Frost. Lauren, welcome to pilot season.
Thank you. Hi.
Lauren, we need to get to know you a little bit better before we start here. What is your favorite sitcom? It can be favorite of all time or something you've been binging lately.
During the pandemic, I watched all of Twin Peaks. So like the early 90s seasons and then the 2017 reboot. I'm hesitant to say favorite because you got to have some patience for a few of those episodes, but I'm glad I went on the ride.
Yeah. And Twin Peaks is one of those shows that like you can watch it and think it's terrifying. You can watch it again in a few months and think it's hilarious. It's a mystery, it's a drama, it's retro, it's the future. It really is a ride. To do that when you're just trapped at home is also, it's hard not to get deep when you're to reflect. Follow-up question, if you could live in any sitcom home, any apartment on a sitcom, any house, which one would you pick?
Well, I think we've all had the experience of looking in Jerry Seinfeld's apartment and wondering, how we could afford such a luxurious New York abode. So I guess maybe that one. That's just kind of a classic apartment, but
Jerry Seinfeld's apartment has a mystery corner. And I think a lot of sitcom places have this where he has like the window, and then there's like to his bedroom has like a bike on the wall. And then in the living room, we have like a couch and TV and so on. And then where his kitchen is, there's like a kitchen island that bisects it front ways. So something's in front of the kitchen. And I don't know, is there a lamp there? Is it a bookcase?
I think you nailed it. I think it's just a bunch of lamps all over the audiences.
Too many lamps. Joining us again, we have a returning guest, Kristen Hallen. Kristen,
Oh,
welcome back to pilot season.
thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with all these wonderful folks.
Kristen, you've been on a lot. We've talked about sitcoms with you quite a bit. Something that I was reading about recently, if you go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, just like let it unfold. I was reading about the sitcom that starred celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse,
Okay.
the guy who used to say "bam" when he
Oh,
would.
yeah. I'm familiar.
And I know that you have you're a real Bravo-ophile.
Yes.
If you could create a sitcom built around someone who is not an actor, so a reality star, an athlete, what have you,
Mhm.
who would you be?
All right. I have one locked and loaded for this. So my sister-in-law, Ingrid, is obsessed with the Bengals and specifically Joe Burrow, and he is their quarterback. He is such a cutie pie, but also kind of weird and kind of nerdy, but he's in a hot body and a hot face. So I would want everything built around Joe Burrow. I think he would do an excellent job.
Listen, I trust you and I'll watch anything that you produce, but I'm tired of hot faces
Yeah.
saying funny things. I'll say.
I will never tire of looking at a hot person be funny. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I think all of you are hot, obvious.
Yeah,
just-
okay. That you hesitated. You hesitated. That took way too long.
I'll take it. I need the boost.
As a member of the ugly community, I would just like to say he's taking jobs, even hypothetical jobs. And I won't stand for it. Joining us again, a real pilot season all-star at this point. This may be like episode 6 or 7 that you've been on. We have Maggie Dempsey Pinkawa. Maggie, welcome back.
Hi, Ryan. Sorry, you're gonna have to stare at this beautiful face being hilarious the whole show.
Now, Maggie, I know I've asked you your favorite sitcom character, all these things, but I do need to know, what is your favorite single episode of a sitcom?
Okay. I was trying to think of everything else you'd ask me, and I wasn't ready for this one. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna dig in to Schitt's Creek. And I think it's the one. There's a bug on your dress. Ew, fuck. I think I think that's my favorite episode of Schitt's Creek. Just like him trying to live that Amish life, and just that level of dramatic. He left, he ran away, and then no, he didn't. I don't know. So that episode of Schitt's Creek specifically, I feel like nothing big has to happen in it, but it's just this the way they bring it back to the status quo, which is so important for a sitcom, is the best.
That's a great answer. I'm gonna check that one out again. I don't have it in me to re-binge entire series, but individual episodes feel nice sometimes.
Totally.
Let's meet our writers. Joining us for the first time, we have Travis Marsala. Travis,
Hello.
thank you for joining us. Travis, we need to know your favorite sitcom.
Man, if somebody asked me what are we going to watch right now, I think I'd want to watch Arrested Development. I know it pooted out there at the end, but it's really good.
That's one. Eventually, I'll go back through this show and count the votes for favorite sitcom. Arrested Development is definitely up there. Follow-up question: what is your favorite sitcom job? And keep in mind, this is a job that you would have to do as a character on that show.
Isn't Ross a paleontologist or something like that? I wanted to be a paleontologist as a kid, so there we go.
The sitcom paleontologist is great because you're just walking in, you're entering scenes carrying models.
Yes.
Really bad.
Yeah. And then I go to work and nobody knows what you do. So.
Yeah, you have a little paintbrush, dusting a bone. Joining us for the first time this episode, we have Mitch Southard. Mitch, welcome to pilot season.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mitch, we also need to know, what's your favorite sitcom?
I think it's tough, but I think I want to go classic. It's neck and neck, Dick Van Dyke Show or Andy Griffith. I think I'm gonna go with Andy Griffith.
That's a beautiful answer. That's so influential too. I think that people picture Andy Griffith as being sort of like, oh, it's nice. It's like a sweet show. If you watch a few episodes, it's so funny. And it has like Parks and Rec level cast of characters. There's like 30 characters in the Andy Griffith show.
Characters, and Andy is a wise man, like wise and folksy in a really comfortable way. That just brings me back to being a child with a peanut butter sandwich in front of the TV.
I love that. And a really great TV theme too.
Very much so. I also love the Crawdad song that they used to sing. Like, you get a ride, I'll get a lot, or you get a line, I'll get a ride, honey. Good stuff.
Listen, the show we create tonight will eventually have a theme song. So if any of that wants to appear, especially any whistling, we'll take it.
All right.
Joining us again tonight, returning writer, back-to-back episodes, we have David Strugar. David, thanks for coming back.
Howdy. Thank you for having me. It's a blast.
David, if you could
Yes.
bring back any canceled show, any show that's gone off the air, you can bring it back. It could be a 2-hour special. It could be another full season. You're in charge. What do you pick?
We were just discussing this during the pre-show period, but Alf ended with a cliffhanger that was never resolved. He's in the park, and he thinks he's there to like meet his people's ship that's going to take him home, but it's actually like a helicopter searchlight, and then military people surround him, and it goes to be continued. And I remember like watching that and think, oh wow, what a cliffhanger. And then like he just wasn't on the schedule next season. And I think a couple years later they made a TV movie, but it was without the family. It was like almost a drama, and he's like in a cage in a lab. It's really upsetting. I'm like, no. Let's wipe that out of existence. Let's get the family back to save him and give him a whole season to recover from almost being captured by mad scientists.
Not only do we have to make a new season of Alf happen, we need to like retcon all of that. That made my heart race. I hate that.
Right? Isn't that awful? First of all, who like cancels a show on a cliffhanger and then a couple years later says, I know. Let's make it a dark drama where the puppet is being experimented on. The kids will love this.
I do have one punch up for it that could save it, and we've got Alf. This is Alf, and he's surrounded by the authorities, and they just like pull him off of a hand. They just like remove the puppet. Like meta, I would accept that, but
and then the family realizes they've just had some guy in their house for the past few years. we just didn't look below the waist. We thought we just believed.
This is the show that Alf now. Have we gotten a suggestion from our Twitch chat?
Yeah, we've got some winners to choose from. Right out the gate, we've got Alf meets the bear. We also have we've got a big through line of the nannies. So I'm just gonna throw a couple combos at you. We've got the nanny meets Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The nanny meets Stranger Things. The nanny meets Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And I'm gonna combine it with the nanny meets South Park. That was another one.
Oh my.
This doesn't count as like picking one, but I do just want to say the nanny is funnier than the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And the nanny, Fran Fine could be a stand-up. And if that's where we're moving, yeah. So let's discuss, do any of those jump out at you guys? Any combos of those shows that you could see being a new hybrid show? And keep in mind, we're not using specific characters from those existing shows. We're creating a third show that's inspired by those tropes and types.
Fair. I think the show I know the best of any of those that thrown out is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. No surprise, given my backgrounds I just had, I enjoy teen dramas and teen stories. So I love that one, but I would love to hear what the group is feeling, what the temperature is.
I think we got to go supernatural with all the talk of Alf. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do want to clock while we're listening to our bodies the way my heart rate doubled as someone said the bear. Like I just started sweating immediately.
Do we want to make it that tense? Are we creating like a half-hour comedy drama takes place in real time?
We did recently do The Bear Meets Everybody Loves Raymond. It was a show called Everybody Loves Beef. And so if that helps decide any, we can take that one off the table.
I feel conceptually, I'm a little fascinated by the notion of the nanny meets Mrs. Maisel. Like somebody's dream was to become a nanny, despite all the societal pressures that say she can't be a nanny.
I love that, Mitch. That is spot on.
We raised you for show business, and you're going into childcare.
Yes.
All right, so we have a couple. We've got The Nanny Meets Sabrina. We've got The Nanny Meets Marvelous Miss Maisel. If we wanted to do like a This Meets That, then we've also got like potentially What the Family Is Like that the nanny wants to nanny. So let's discuss that. Does everybody agree that we could do like sort of this triangle of shows?
I like it.
I love triangles.
All right. Em, if you would jump back into our Twitch chat, see if you can find us a title for The Nanny Meets the Marvelous Miss Maisel meets Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And we're going to discuss how we can build that show.
You got it.
We'll start with our actors. We'll start with Lauren. Lauren, are there any characters that you're immediately inspired to create by hearing these shows?
Please correct me if I'm wrong, Kristen, as the super fan, but I believe Sabrina features a talking cat with kind of a snarky voice.
Correct.
So I think some kind of snarky voiced animal is essential.
Absolutely.
100%.
Kristen, same question. Any characters that you're imagining?
I really loved the kids in The Nanny and just like the shenanigans they would put in front of her. So I think just some sort of like mishaps, misunderstandings. I love that part of The Nanny. So I think that's what I would want to explore in this triangle.
Nice. Maggie, same question. Any characters you're inspired to create by this initial suggestion?
I feel like all three shows have hilarious hapless bystanders. Just like dinguses who are in most of the scenes, who are usually just an obstacle for our heroine. But we love them. We love them. They're part of it. They're in it or not. They're there. They're always there. And I feel like that feels like real life too. You're just like, hey, Unc, what's going on? Why are you still here? Can you stop adding fuel to this fire? I love the like the second banana doesn't have to be there, but yeah, they do person.
Yeah. Somebody who's walking in just as something has happened.
Yeah.
Let's check in with our writers. We want to know any situations that you're seeing these characters getting into. We're going to start with Travis. Any sitcom situations that you're seeing?
it's very much like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch coming of age kind of thing. So I think there's a lot of like sex ed coming of age kind of scenes we could throw in there. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Travis, would you also give us a location we might see in this show?
Oh gosh. cemetery was the first thing to come to mind for some reason, so we'll go with that.
Absolutely. Mitch, same initial question. Any situations that you'd like these characters to get into?
Yeah, I guess I want to see a real heart to heart with this talking cat.
Yeah, we have to have some very special moments for sure. And Mitch, would you also give us our time period? Does this show take place in the present day? Is it sometime in the past, a different
I'm
decade?
feeling like I Dream of Jeannie era, like 70, early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, kind of that kind of lot of Harvest Green and Goldenrod.
Yeah, I love that. I find that any of our time periods we do these shows in that are pre-smartphone makes for much richer drama because you can't just text somebody and say, "Are you here yet?" And David, same initial question. Any situations you'd like these characters to get up to?
Well, I feel if we're delving into the supernatural, and someone mentioned that coming of age aspect too. These kids are probably trying to figure out their powers, and then our nanny character, who is the fish out of water, has no idea how magic works, but she's very game to teach them anyway, and so that gives us lots of hijinks. So yeah, she's trying to teach them magic words, but she doesn't really know them.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
And David, imagine you're the studio executive who greenlights this show. Let us know like what kind of network we're on, if we're in front of a studio audience, our age level of viewer, things like that.
We're trying to hit all the 4 quadrants here. So we've got our kids, we've got our flashy, attractive lead, and we're just trying to make this really the anchor of our Tuesday nights. that like we can just slot any show in after this show and it'll take off.
Yeah, this is like a hot lead-in for another.
Yeah.
And just a note to our writers and actors, thanks to a generous grant from the Trident Network, multiple FCC fines have been paid in advance. So if any F-bombs or S-bombs or any kind of bombs are dropped, we have it covered. This sitcom is on a traditional network's, time slot, but our streaming show is for adults. Do we have a title for this crazy show yet?
We have several. Let's see here. So we've got warts and all. We've got magic blonde, and the caveat is assuming this nanny is a blonde. We've got cat magic, hocus pocus, toil and trouble, whack magic, and we also have witch nanny. It's nice and simple.
Do any of those jump out to anybody? Any early favorites?
I enjoyed warts and all.
Here.
Do we have a runner-up title that could be the name of our show, of our episode, rather, of our pilot?
I loved Hocus Pocus. That
was good.
Out at me.
Yeah.
So our TV show, our sitcom title is Warts and All, pilot episode, Hocus Pocus. All right. So we have a tall order in front of us. I think we know what to do. We're going into our cold open. We're going to meet a few characters, hit a couple hot jokes, and then Em is going to pull us to opening credits. Actors, you know what to do. Writers, we've got to work fast. Em, are you ready for the cold open of Warts and All?
I am so ready. Let's do it. I'm bringing you into the scene right now.
Not again. All right. I know. Look, I was sleeping. What do you need?
We have to confess something to you.
Oh, what happened?
It's the next door neighbor. I think they saw something they weren't supposed to see.
Again. That's
Again.
all right, dear. You'll get the hang of it, I promise. We'll just have to do a little bit of glamour and be more careful next time.
Which neighbor? Our house is in the middle.
The worst of the two, to the right, the Wilsons.
Oh,
Not the Wilsons. It's all right, dearie. We'll go ahead and take care of it.
they're always bragging about their volleyball fortune. Them and their damn dog. The dog's the most full of it of all of them.
We're cat people. How do you make a
Hey.
fortune playing volleyball? It's crazy.
What?
The Wilsons, the franchise. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's my second cousin. Look, I wanted to come over and talk to you. I saw some stuff that was confusing, and I think
No.
I'm tired of it.
Mr. Wilson, we're just a nice family living in middle America.
Well, what do you think the Wilsons are? You
Moisturizing
think-
spell got away from me.
Shh.
You're what?
Oh,
I
mean,
nothing. Nothing at all.
Look, Jennifer, Alyssa, I know that you guys have had a hard time adjusting to life here in Middle America, Tennessee, but it's time that you really start getting aligned with everybody else, okay?
We're gonna try, Mr. Wilson, but we're just so different.
and we're totally unbabysitted. We have no older guidance.
Just as kids.
Okay, look, it's about to thunderstorm, so I need you guys to just be more careful, okay? You gotta blend in here. So try and go inside and act like a couple of normal kids, huh? Go on, skedaddle, Bedard, get off my yard.
Bye.
Bye.
And now
Gotta
word
help.
from our sponsors.
All right. So we met a few characters. We're going to start with our actors. Before we get into Act 1, we'll start with Maggie. Maggie, you played a couple different characters. Are these people that we're going to be seeing throughout our episode, do you think?
I think we're gonna see Auntie Cat for sure. I'm not sure if we'll see Mr. Wilson again.
Okay. And then follow-up question. Is there anything about your character that we are seeing again that you'd like us to know? Anything from their backstory, a secret, something the writers can use or that the actors, maybe know off camera?
I think that Mr. Wilson does, he might surprise you with how understanding he can be.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lauren, same question. With your character that we met, is this somebody that we're going to see throughout the episode, do you think?
I think so. I think we may be nannied by the titular nanny.
And then let us know something about your character that maybe we don't know yet. Something you'd like to plant the seeds for later in the episode.
Yeah, well, we found out that my character attempted a moisturizing spell, so thinking she's maybe like a super competitive swimmer. All that time in the chlorine really dries her out.
It will. It really will. Kristen, same question. I assume this character of yours is one that we're going to continue to see. Let us know something about them that we don't know yet.
Yeah, I definitely see me and Lauren getting into some hijinks as a kids in this world. I'm approaching it as a annoying, youngest sister. That's the energy I think this character is going to be throughout the story.
Yeah, you have to have one.
Yeah, they're always around,
Let's turn to our writers. Travis, we're getting ready to go into Act 1 of this sitcom. Where is our first act of the show located? Where are we physically?
Waiting on the bus to school.
We're at the bus stop waiting for the school bus. Great. And Mitch, how much time has passed between our cold open and our first scene?
I think it's the next morning.
Next morning. Okay. So maybe that was like a Sunday night and now we're Monday morning. And then David, will you give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 1?
I wish I could get my anti-zit spell to work.
I wish I could get my anti-zit spell to work. All right, actors, keep that in memory, get that ready. All right, we're getting ready for Act 1 of Warts and All. Actors, you know what to do. Writers, we've got a whole show to lay groundwork for. Em, are you ready?
I am ready. I'm sending you into the scene right now.
Oh,
Where is it?
oh no. My backpack's full of lotion from last night.
Brenda, you're never going to be moisturized enough. That chlorine.
I know. Now my homework's all wet. Stupid physics.
I know. I don't understand a word of it. Do you think Jim's going to ask you out today? I know you were looking at him this week.
If only I could get my anti-zit spell to work.
Come on, Brenda. You know you're the pretty one.
Why am I having so many skincare issues then? For once,
Did someone
could I
say
just-
zit spell?
Who?
Hi, I'm here to bring you to school, girls. Auntie Cat called me.
Oh, hi. We weren't expecting you.
Brenda, Alyssa, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And have we met?
No, I'm just picking you up to bring you to school for the first time right now. I'm your new nanny.
Brenda.
We don't need a nanny. I'm 17 and an amazing swimmer.
And I'm 15, but I try to act as old as Brenda.
Right, is Jim calling you though? Because it sounds like maybe you could use a little help, honey. Also, you all missed the bus 2 hours ago. Hop on the broom. We'll go. I'm Hildegard. Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Hildegard. Sorry, we were told to never
Girl,
get on a broom with a stranger unless they knew the password. Do you know the
Oh.
password?
Yeah. Auntie Cat totally told me the password. Meow. Hop on.
She nailed it.
All right.
Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about this zit spell you're doing. I don't know why you'd want more zits, but I'm happy to help you. So here you go. Ready? Alakazam!
Oh, Hildegard, what the heck?
My face is like one
I'm
big
here to help you.
boil.
This is what I'm here to do. Well,
Friend.
yeah, I wanted to show you how good you can have it once you learn a little bit more magic.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
God, it's going to explode.
Just don't touch it anymore. Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
I just Max, ladies, here we go. And here we are at school.
Thanks, I guess.
Ugh.
Okay, well, I just
Yeah,
vomited pus all over my shirt. So how am I supposed to go into school?
I got it. 1, 2, 3. No pukey.
Oh, finally, someone's helping.
No worries, friend. You're gonna get it today. You know.
You too, Alyssa. I hope you find your identity outside of me.
I don't need one.
Have a good day, girls. I'll be here to pick you up as soon as the last bell rings.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right. I think we've met our nanny. If I'm not mistaken, we met our nanny. Let's check in with our actors first. I'm going to start with Lauren. Lauren, are there any characters that you see coming in Act 2? Anybody else that you'd like to create or that you want to interact with?
Yeah, well, I think we gotta meet Jim, the heartthrob,
Yeah, we got to see what all the fuss is about.
for sure.
Maggie, same question. Any new characters that you'd like to introduce to us or that you'd like to be in a scene with?
Yeah. They're Muggle friends. I definitely want to see how these ladies like navigate the real world if they're going to class, if they're at swim practice. Like, are they weirdos or are they fine? I want to know.
Yeah, is it just the 70s?
It was weird.
Kristen, same question. Any new characters that we're gonna meet?
Ooh, I would love to see like a meddling teacher of some sort. I feel like usually like a principal or someone in authority who is like onto them in some way, sort of like a Mr. Wilson, if you will, but in school.
Absolutely, yeah, because they still have to do their homework.
Always.
Let's check in with our writers. Mitch, any plot lines that you'd like to see? Like, what's next for this group in Act 2?
I think we need to see some mess that they get into that magic's going to get them out of. Maybe they're in chemistry and something boils over, but they're able to save the day surreptitiously.
Yeah, I love that. Magic used to be science, so they can coexist. David, same question. What would you like to see next in Act 2 of this episode?
Yeah, so I think typically we might see young high school witches maybe making a love potion, but like, what if it's the opposite? Like, Jim is just too clingy, so let's get a potion to make him stop being in love with me.
Yeah.
And how does that go wrong?
A real like calm down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A chill potion.
And then Travis, same question. Any situations that you'd like us to get into in this act?
I think we need to do something in the hallway because these two wouldn't be in the same class if they're going to interact with each other. Or we need to find a reason for them to be in the same class for some reason.
One of them flunked.
Yeah.
And Travis, give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 2.
I don't understand physics, but I understand physical.
I don't understand physics, but I do understand physical. All right. Everybody knows what to do. All right. We're moving on into Act 2 of Warts and All. Actors, get ready. Em, are you ready for Act 2?
I can't wait. Let's do it. Send you in right now. And action.
Get to class. Get to class. The bell's ringing.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh God, not another one.
Why do you put your safety goggles on in the hallway? Nerd.
I just have to be ready for anything. Brent, I don't know what to do. I don't know physics, but I know physical.
Okay, well, that's really strange. You've got a pop quiz, so you might as well take your seats, ladies. I don't know why you're both here in remedial physics, but we'll see what we can do.
I wish we would learn something helpful, like an anti-love potion. Ever since that one conversation I just had with Jim in the hallway, he's all over me. I've done a complete 180.
Brenda, if you ever feel unsafe with him, tell him this. My eyes are up here. Don't look down there. Say that out loud.
Because you think he stares at my vagina?
No, your beautiful bosom. You're becoming a woman, and I'm so envious.
Man, I gotta stop
Miss
wearing my
Alyssa,
twin
is there
suits.
anything about your sister becoming a woman you'd like to come share with the rest of the class?
Yes, I would.
No.
Hello, fellow students.
I can't get in trouble, not after last year. This is a hypothetical. Are any of your English classes, are they teaching you about hypothetical questions?
No, it's all very literal, miss.
Ladies, look, I know you're getting weird in your bodies, you're feeling stuff swell and shrink in a way it didn't used to now that you're becoming women, but here at school, the only organ we want growing is our brain. Okay, so let's focus less on whether or not people are becoming interested in us or not, or physical or whatever, right? You're here to get an education. You can't go to
Yes,
college or
sir.
have a credit card very much, but it's important that you use your brain.
Oh my God, it's Jim in the doorway.
You should go out in the hall and you should say something to him. Ask for the bathroom pass.
Can I be excused? I have to go.
Yeah, sure. I hope it's fine for you. But then you got to finish your pop quiz when you come back.
Okay. Hey, Jim.
Hey, I heard you're really having a hard time in there. Is everything okay?
Yeah, my sister almost got in front of the whole class and talked about my changing body. But we got saved
man,
by
that
our
was-
teacher who just wanted to monologue about English class stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been super embarrassing. But like, if she wants to tell us later, I wish I was there for. Did you get more moist? I feel like you're looking glowy, like more glowy, or some sort of I don't know. You smell like coconuts.
Jim, my skin has been on a journey in the last couple hours. I'm swinging a
man.
wild pendulum from moisturized to acne prone to eczema to rashes. At one point, I got a tattoo. I'm just
Whoa.
trying to figure out teenage life. Jim, yesterday
No, that's like
I
really
wanted
cool.
you. Jim, yesterday I wanted you, but now that I have you, I don't. But tomorrow that may change. Love is a pendulum too.
Okay. No, you know what? You seem really you seem like you're having a weird day, and I just I gotta go. I gotta go change my locker combination. You're missing out. My dad says that I gotta be confident when I'm talking to ladies if I want them to respect me. I'm the whole package.
Hey, you guys want some reefer?
Whoa.
No, I heard that stuff will make you go crazy, like you're in Nam.
You're such a square, Jim Wilson. Jeez Louise.
Wow,
Here,
it's like
hot
everyone's
box.
getting up on this today.
Hey, Brenda, come closer to me. I'll put it in your mouth.
Okay. Hey, I've never seen you in the hall before. Do you go here or what?
My cousin goes here, and so I'm just kind of stopping by. I'm a touring comedian. Have you ever heard of
Oh.
Late Night? Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
My dad was on an airplane with him once.
Whoa. I saw him interview Jimmy Carter.
Peanuts, right?
Wow. You're so much cooler than my old boyfriend, who I had a couple hours ago.
What's your name, hot stuff?
I'm Brenda.
I'm Craig.
Craig.
Yeah. So what's there to do in this town, hey kid?
Well, there's the roller rink. Wait, Craig or Greg?
Craig with a hard C.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But it's Cray to my friends, you know.
Craig?
Cray. Yeah, sometimes. Pick your poison.
Well, it's a name I'll never forget. Anyway, to do, there's the roller rink, the roller derby, the roller diner, the roller track. If you're not on wheels, you're missing out.
Brenda, sounds like you're on a roll here in this town of Middle America.
Wow. Do you do crowd work and stuff?
I've been known to dabble. I've got a magic touch. See you around, kid. Maybe at the
Hey.
roller rink.
Where can I come see your set?
On the street corner in your dreams. I'll find you, little miss.
Oh my God.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Wow, a romantic cliffhanger. So, I feel like just being someone's cousin and just entering like those, that was a simpler time. And that is why I'll say it, a lot of kids are missing. But we could experiment with bringing that back to just be like, you're going to a party just because your cousins are going to be there, or you're like, and I'm going to a concert with my cousins at one town over, or I'm here at school to see my cousin, to flirt with my cousin's friends. So we're powering through both these acts. We're heading into Act 3 of Warts and All. I want to check in with our actors. We talked about those initial backstories. I want to see if any of those are changing or growing or evolving into anything else. I'm going to start with Maggie. Maggie, anything that you told us about your character that maybe now you're seeing is a little bit different or has maybe even intensified?
I think it's hard to hear from the nanny when they're at school. Maybe not. Maybe that's unfair. So I'm sure we'll hear more from her. But again, I think that these like the world in which they live of like a small town where they're just a couple of girls trying to get through high school with real 70s problems and like the dinguses that surround them. I like that they're like kind of openly magical. I don't know. I enjoy that. Like it's not this like shameful thing they're trying to hide, but they're also not so good at it that it's a problem yet.
Yeah, I love that. Lauren, same question. Anything that you've told us about your character? She is definitely dry. Anything else though that's changing or growing for you?
Definitely think her future on the competitive swim team is in jeopardy. I think she's thinking about kind of ditching that, dating the bad boy.
Isn't that always the way? Kristen, same question. Anything that you've told us about your character or that you're learning that's different?
It's fun to play the bad boy. I like that. Yeah, I think Alyssa is just kind of a tag-along kid, and then Craig is just the baddest of the bad in Middle America, Tennessee. So
I love that. I love the reveal that his name is Cray. Let's check in with our writers. Travis, are there any loose ends to this episode that we really need to like focus on and tie up? Or maybe even a storyline that we want to plant for like future episodes?
Well, I think we need to have a heart-to-heart with the nanny about picking the bad boy over the Mr. Wilson's son. I forgot his name, but Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We need the music to swell. David, same question. Any storylines you'd like to wrap up or any new ones that you'd like to see starting?
Yeah, I agree with Travis. I see a confrontation happening. I see the girls, getting themselves in with the wrong people and the nanny coming in to, help them figure out those decisions. I really like the dynamic we have of like the younger, more wide-eyed sister and like the older, more worldly wise sister, but maybe the worldly wise sister is finally, like letting herself feel something because of this boy and she's not used to that. So like, how does the nanny guide her through that?
Yeah, I like that our nanny is sort of from all of those worlds mixed into one character. It's really like a dynamic woman. She's really like Mary Poppins meets the aunt's son Sabrina meets nanny. It's really, yeah, there's a lot of a full like three-dimensional gal. Mitch, same initial question. Any loose ends that you want to see tied up or any storylines you'd like to plant the seeds of?
So I think maybe more planting the seeds. I'm feeling a whole Jordan Catalano and Brian from My So-Called Life thing here with poor Jim, who's always going to be on the back burner because of the sexiness of Cray, and I feel like that's a through line throughout the series.
You're really speaking my language with with those two guys. And Mitch, is there give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in our final act?
Abracabluey.
Abracabluey. I will say this, we've done 2 seasons of this show. We've probably done like 30 episodes or something. This cast has been the fastest at getting those lines out. Sometimes we give the lines of dialogue and they just don't happen. So Abigail Bluey, actors, I know you can do it. We have a tall order. We've got to finish our pilot. We've got to set up what might be the rest of like a 10-season run with these characters. Actors, you have your plot lines. Writers, we know what we need to do. Em, are you ready for Act 3 of Warts and All?
I'm so ready. Let's finish this. Sending you in right now.
Girls, come out here. Come out here. I know. Watch the headstone. Come.
Hildegard, you always know what to do. How did you figure it all out?
Listen, it takes a long time. It's okay to be young and not understand, but it's important that we know what we're working with. Come here, come join. We must convene. Come.
Whose gravestone is this?
Don't worry about it. They're all friends. Probably.
I can read it. It says, Richard Daly.
Oh. Hopefully he's nice. We just need someone dead. Girls,
Hildegard,
chat with me.
I need some serious help. I
know,
thought
what
I'd
do you
love
think
to
we're
get him. What?
What do you think we're out here doing, silly goose?
Oh.
Do you know what another word for magic is? Another
What?
word for magic is power. You can't let these people decide whether you should love them or not. We have to work here first. Honey, how old are you? 17, right?
Yeah.
You have so much more power left in you. What we need to do is that hot cocoa?
Yeah, I put a spell on it though, so it's only for my stomach.
See? You have to find a way to look inwards before we worry about what everybody else is doing. Ugh, back down. Ugh, woo, he's feisty. That means he can sense the power we all have above. Look, Aunt Cat wanted me to bring you here to help you girls with your magical journey because she is napping all the time. It's important that we find our own power. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna join hands. We're gonna cast a spell. Oh yeah, we don't want to spill your hot chocolate there. And damn, this zombie is so aggressive. Now you're gonna repeat after me the most powerful thing that a witch can know. Okay?
Okay.
I am me.
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 Me is more powerful than anything.
Meat is more powerful than anything?
Me is more powerful than anything.
Oh, me is more powerful.
He is. Sound like the Hulk.
I love myself.
I can't say a lie.
I love myself. Come on, girls.
I love Brenda.
myself. Oh.
Ugh.
Should I have said you?
Abracabluey. We've got a lot of work to do, girls.
You know what? I love my dry, flaky skin.
Me too.
There we
You don't need that moisturizer, and you can have any guy you want, or be a scientist, or be the swim captain, or go to the Olympics in the next city it's going to be in, which is probably somewhere in Europe.
Wow, this is such a special wave of feminism to be a part of. I love you, Alyssa.
I love you too, Bren.
Girls, can I tell you something else that you can be and you'd still be powerful? You could be a mess, or you could be late, or you could be tired, or you could be grumpy, or you could be ugly, or you could be an actor. You could be any of these things and still be enough.
Did our parents die, or they're just not home? I can't remember. We haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, don't look at that headstone over there, okay? It's kind of worse than both of those answers because it's kind of yes and neither.
Brenda, did you know?
No. Mom and Dad died and got buried next to Richard Daly?
What the heck, Hildy? Can I call you Hildy? Is that disrespectful?
No. Usually it takes a lot longer for my charges to get to know me by Hildy. I'm moved. I think you've got some power about you.
Thanks.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
Do you want to talk to your parents again?
duh.
Yeah.
You have the power within you. Get a shovel and come over here.
Yay.
And they're not dead. They're just in the realm of the dead.
That's
It's
so
different, kind of.
different. That's not even half bad.
Yeah, we go to the realm of the dead all the time.
That's
So
where I
you
had my
understand.
first kiss.
Yeah, they have an under 18 club that plays kids bop music.
Kind of different.
Okay. So you guys are, I don't know. I think Aunt Cat wasn't giving you guys enough credit. I think you're more powerful than you think you are.
Well,
Oh,
Aunt
here she is.
knows best, so
Nope.
she's independent, that one.
Well, what do you think? Are you ready to take them to see their parents again? They might be late for dinner if we take much longer.
Oh my
The
god.
cat died? My
And
parents, I
that's
can
our
just-
handle.
show.
All right. Feel like we've really done something here. We really created. Before we get further in this, I do want to call out Mitch. Our Twitch chat probably saw this aside that the silhouette of Alf was visible in the cemetery. I love the idea of this show being sort of a prequel to Alf.
Part of the Elf cinematic universe.
Exactly. And anywhere there's cats.
Mhm.
So let's check in with our actors first. Oh gosh, this is Maggie's cat Weasley, who made an appearance as Aunt Cat. Beautiful performance. Let's check in with our actors. Obviously, this show was created from a hybrid of other shows, but I want to know if the finished product reminds you of anything else, any existing shows, or maybe there's a show that you would pair it with on its like evening lineup. We'll start with Kristen.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely like a lot of love between the sisters. So dare I say like sister. It feels like we're always together. There's something happening. We're trying to solve something. I feel like there's a little sprinkle of that in our show.
I love that. I sort of want to punch this up now and say that they don't know they aren't the same age. The older sister doesn't know that she's 17. She thinks they're both 15, maybe.
No.
Lauren, same question. Any shows this reminds you of or anything you would pair it with?
Yeah, I think you gotta have like a double bill this and late night, and we see Craig's like type 5.
We have a sketch comedy show that follows this in this world. Absolutely. I love that. Maggie, same question. Any shows this reminds you of?
Yeah, I want to put this on Snicks squarely between Clarissa Explains It All and Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's my triple header.
I feel like Clarissa style, this show also has characters that can come and go from a window.
Yes, for sure.
Window acting.
Yeah. Let's check in with our writers. Travis, this pilot is getting picked up. It's getting a green light. It's going to series. What happens in episode 2?
Oh my goodness. Jim is going to take Brenda to the prom but needs to ask their dead dad's permission.
I love that. We've got to open a portal. Mitch, similar question, but this show is going to run like 22 episodes per season. What happens in our season finale of season 1?
I think we have a cliffhanger, whereas we don't know if the nanny is leaving town. She's got an offer to go somewhere, and let's say she's been offered to be a headmistress at a Harry Potter type school, and she can't decide if she wants to go do that or stay with these kids who she's grown to love over the course of this season.
That's what happens when an actor is renegotiating her contract. It's like, okay, well, you may have somebody else on speed. David, similar question, except what's happening in this show in season 5?
So the girls are reaching like college age. So we're gonna magically introduce a younger sister so that we can keep having kids at home for the nanny to take care of. Maybe they resurrect like a Victorian age girl from the cemetery out back.
Maybe it's a whole Dawn Summers thing.
Yeah.
They
Something,
find,
yeah.
they find one of the Crucible girls.
Yeah.
So I feel like we really did something. This feels like a hit to me. This show is great, but it is missing one thing. And it's because I think a good sitcom has a theme song. So as we're saying goodnight tonight, as we're saying our goodbyes, we're going to regale you with the theme song to Warts and All. Actors in your Zoom windows, feel free to do your best opening credits poses. Em, thank you so much for all your hard work and help tonight. Thank you to the Trident Network. You know, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe to our Twitch channel for free. It's already included. Get in there. Also, you can join our Patreon, follow Trident Network on every social media platform, subscribe to their podcasts, watch Em's show, The Witching Hour, which is related to this show, back to back. That'd be a great lineup. And everybody, have a great night. This is the theme to Warts and All.
Stare into your crystal ball. Make sure you don't take a fall. Everyone's doing all they can, but we love no matter what. Warts and all. Do 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 do.
I heard those Andy Griffith whistles are coming in. I love that. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you.